There are two kinds of people in the world, my friend. Those with a rope around their neck and the people who have the job of doing the cutting. Listen, the neck at the end of the rope is mine. I run the risks.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Two can dig a lot quicker than one.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, sponsored by Chapman Automotive Group. It's so funny.
Just wait for my signal. That could work too.
Yeah, you know what? Whenever I do that, whenever I jump on the mic a little too early, it reminds me of when you're walking to the car as with your family,
And you pull in the door.
and your dad hasn't unlocked the car yet, and you're like trying to open up the door, and you're like shaking the handle a few times.
I thought you might make the analogy of, like, you know, engaging in relations with a woman, but yeah, the door handle too.
Sometimes just I'm not gonna say it. All right, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Once again, sponsored by Chapman Automotive Group. Check out ChapmanAutomotiveAZ.com.
Or a man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, whatever floats your boat.
2025,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. Tell me there's too much love in the world, then I'll say we can start discriminating.
Is that a Seinfeld episode?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. I was just saying, you know, I kind of put you in a box, and I just wanted to give you, like, the broad spectrum to choose who you choose to love.
I appreciate that.
Choose
Oliver.
which box.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which prematurely.
All right, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Ollie, what's your good for this weekend?
Well, I'm going to just tell you right now that I'm feeling so good right now, and that could change because Steelers play on Monday Night Football tonight, so hopefully it doesn't, and I remain good. I got good today.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I'm
Positive Patty.
I'm going to start with Arizona basketball. The champions of the SEC, Arizona Wildcats basketball, Florida down, Auburn down, Alabama down. And what's most impressive to me about this game is that we were without Braden Burries and Jaden Bradley for a significant part of the second half because of foul trouble. No problem. We're deep, and the team that was out there in a lineup that we really haven't seen much of on the floor together because of the foul trouble just did magnificently. And there's around the 10 minute mark, that run that we go on is just it was a thing of beauty. I'll say it. I said it this morning. I'll say it again a little bit later this morning. Right now, that we are about halfway through the book that is the 25-26 Arizona men's basketball team. There's a lot of pages still to be read, a lot of things that can unfold in this story. But I'll say this could be the greatest Arizona basketball team of all time. And that's saying a lot. I know it's a little early, speaking of premature, but the way the road is trending, if this team ends up with a national championship, which I believe that it can, this will be the greatest Arizona basketball team of all time. Talent-wise, coaching, everything. No disrespect to Lute, no disrespect to the 97 team, no disrespect to those other teams that you didn't get it done. This team's got to get it done in order to have that placard over its picture, greatest Arizona basketball team ever. But from what I've seen so far through 9 games, it's trending in that direction. They can do it, and we are tough physically. We are tough mentally. We are elite at the rim. Oh, we don't shoot enough three-pointers. Eat it. Braden Burries, man, I don't know, man. When's he gonna, wake up? Eat it. The freshmen are getting better, as predicted, on Spears and Ali. The other guys are getting better. This team works well together. Everybody knows their role. This is a team about we, not me. And the SECPN, you can eat it. Because you guys don't want to report on us, that's okay. You don't want to put it on your stories. You want to talk about Gonzaga, UCLA. You want to talk about, Alabama due to a poor start in the second half. That's not what happened. Arizona is a better team. We are better than them. We were better than them. And this team, that's okay. Chip on our shoulder. Keep not talking about us. Keep talking about Michigan. Keep talking about Duke. Keep talking about other teams. We'll take that chip on our shoulder. We'll take it off our shoulder, and we'll cram it right down your throats. Arizona basketball, baby. We are Arizona.
Ali Boumaye. Hell yeah. So, my good, I don't even know how I can top that. That was excellent stuff right there.
Don't try.
Well, in addition to me just killing it on the dance floor at our company holiday party, you would have been proud of me, man. This big boy's got some moves. I know how to two-step.
I can believe that.
I know how to boogie.
He even broke out the 3-step at one point.
Yeah. Who did he dance with?
Everybody.
he danced with the party.
Yeah. I mean, it was just one, like everybody was just all kind of scattered on the dance floor.
I don't think that you guys are telling me the truth. I know exactly who he was dancing with. Cheesecake.
Yeah.
He had a piece of cheesecake in his hand, and he's like eating it and dancing to every bite. It's like, do. That song tastes so good. Do. That's what he was doing.
Hey, we were dancing to Shania Twain, I Feel Like a Woman.
Yeah. Nice.
And because there was a two-step instructor, and the guy was telling us,
like line dancing,
and he was like, one part you got to move your hips one to the side, and then you got to go to the other side, and then you turn, and then you do it all over again. And the way that he was describing the hips, I'm like, am I doing the Dak Prescott like pregame warm-ups?
Oh yeah.
And dude, I was moving my hips, man.
Okay, good for you.
These hips don't lie. But anyways, that's not my good. My good for this weekend is Braden Burry's proving the haters wrong. And I wouldn't say necessarily haters, but doubters. The doubters.
The
because
naysayers,
because
if you will.
the people who are doubting Braden Burry's are the passionate Arizona basketball fans that live and die on every possession, that live and die on every single game. And I think Darvin Ham said it when he was the head coach of the Lakers. He's like, man, I am just so sick and tired of the fans and all you guys just clinging on to one game. Like every game is just do or die. This is a marathon. This is a marathon, okay? It's a long season. You have to take your lumps. You got to learn from it. But when it's all said and done, this is a marathon. If we can learn along the way, we'll be all right. But I'm getting tired of everyone just hanging on to one game and one possession. And people were kind of like that with Braden Burry's. And I think they were kind of comparing him to the other freshmen, right? Koa Pete steps in, 30 points right off the bat, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, whatever it was. Koa Pete had one of the best debuts in college basketball history. And then you look at Ivan Karchenkov, who's maybe one of the more steady players with this Arizona basketball team, a guy that just does everything and he does it well. And then you look at Braden Burry's, where you saw the flashes in the red-blue game. You saw a little bit of that in the exhibition games where you're like, dude, this guy might end up leading the Wildcats in scoring. And then the season starts, and he kind of gets off to a rough start, and everyone's like, we got to have a serious conversation about Braden Burry's, man. What the hell is going on with this guy? And Ollie, you and I have said, like, we have to stay patient with Braden Burry's, because if you look at other freshmen under Tommy Lloyd, some of these guys, they don't really start to get their feet wet until January.
And Hierro.
They don't start until that new year. Love the Spanish, by the way.
Yeah. 201 days streak on Duolingo.
Shout out, hell yeah. My guy. People were like, what's going on with Braden Burry's? Why isn't he doing well? And I'm like, guys, just wait. He's going to have that moment where it finally clicks for him. And he had a career high in this game, 28 points, 11 for 19 from the field, 5 for 10 from three-point range. Also had 7 rebounds, too.
Yeah, that was impressive.
7 rebounds for a two-guard.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff there. He got 4 fouls, but my favorite stat was that he had 0 turnovers. He had his best game as an Arizona Wildcat, but this isn't like the game where he finally turned a corner. This has been in the process now for the last few games, and he showed right there that he can be a first-round pick when it's all said and done. So I'm happy for Braden Burry's. To me, watching him just go off in that game against Alabama, it was like the last infinity stone that Thanos put in. And I just think that this Arizona basketball team is just so stacked. And I think this team is destined for greatness. Like Darvin Ham said, this is a marathon. Okay, so there will be maybe some bad moments in Big 12 play, right? Because it's going to be a long season. They're gonna get punched in the face. But man, you've got 4 wins over top 15 opponents. You're the only team in the last 30 years to have 5 wins over AP top 25 teams in the first 9 games of the season. Arizona basketball, you are the good.
I believe we play BYU in February in Provo. We could be 26-0 going into that game. I hate to be Justin Spears look ahead at the schedule guy or you undefeated guy, but I was looking at the schedule. I was like, we could be 26-0. Tommy Lloyd asked the question, what's good Tucson? Coach, a lot is very good in Tucson right now. Thank you for asking.
I may tack on just very quickly.
Certainly.
The deep bench getting on the game, and they still smoked some of the starters for Alabama. That was just
delicious.
Sweet. Oh.
I expect to see maybe a little bit more trying to get C.D. Gay, the big man freshman, a little bit of playing time like this week in some of the games. You never know when you may need him for 5 minutes in a game if Krivas and Toby Awaka both get in foul trouble at the same time. So
is he like the big man Adama Ball?
I don't know.
Remember, because like Adama Ball didn't play
the French guy, right?
Hardly any. Yeah. And then in the Pac-12 tournament championship, Kirk Kriisa was out with an ankle injury. Justin Kier got into foul trouble, and all of a sudden Adama Ball steps in, makes a couple three-pointers.
That's right. My second good is a big shout-out to Desiree Reed-Francois. This is a personal note of appreciation. My brother Omid and his son Otis went to the game. They had excellent tickets. You're welcome. And right behind the bench, Desiree, our athletic director, started talking to my brother Omid, found out he was my brother, brought my nephew Otis onto the floor. They took pictures on the floor. He got to high-five the team as they were finishing their warm-ups. You made a future Wildcat. You made my whole family very happy. So my second good of the day is just I want to give a thank you to Desiree Reed-Francois, our athletic director. That's the way you do it. That's the way it's done. And
for the kids,
you just by that one kind action, you made a lifelong Arizona basketball fan. You made a future Arizona Wildcat student. That happened all because of that. So these things matter. I keep talking about the small things matter. So Desiree, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So my bad for this weekend is Diego Pavia.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, Diego Pavia,
moron.
The quarterback for Vanderbilt.
Did anybody go from more likable to more dislikable in a quicker period of time ever? Other than like OJ?
I don't think so.
Probably Bill Cosby.
Yeah, OJ, Bill Cosby. Without committing serious crimes. Well,
you're not being escorted in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could go down the list of people. But you're not wrong, Andrew. You're totally not wrong.
All right, let's just make jail time is not on the table. All right, so if jail time is not on the table, just walking out, it's got him and his brothers walking out to the Heisman like they're, out of The Sopranos. And then just the lack of humility and, talking about the Heisman voters, who are a bunch of clowns for the most part. Not all of them, but if you look at, like, some of the votes. But it's like, F the voters, like he thought he should have won. And, and then it's just I don't know. You go ahead, man. This is your bad. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he's the star Vanderbilt quarterback, and he's a big reason why Vanderbilt was even in the conversation for the CFP. I mean, he's had some great moments. I've always compared him. He's kind of like a bootleg version of Johnny Manziel, a little bit.
Well, based on what I saw this weekend, he might be more than a bootleg version of Johnny Manziel. He might be related to Johnny Manziel.
100%. Mm-hmm. And so we all know that Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman from Indiana, and he did it with such grace and class. And his Heisman speech, he's a little dorky. He can be a little awkward sometimes, but I think it's part of his charm. And I love the fact that he honored his Cuban grandparents and gave them a shout out in Spanish. I thought it was a very beautiful speech by Fernando Mendoza.
Gracias, abuelos.
And Diego Pavia just handled himself like an ass. Well, first and foremost, he shows up to the Heisman ceremony, and they're like shaking hands of like former Heisman winners, and he's got like headphones like dangling off his ears.
Yeah.
And I just see like stuff like that. I'm like, listen, I'm all about comfort and whatnot, but like, come on, dog, take off your freaking headphones.
Yeah.
Like, let's act like we're at a very classy place, right? It's the Heisman ceremonies, and to me, he just didn't really handle it the best. And then the fact that he was in a club in New York, and the Bottle Girls have a sign that says F Indiana, and he's over there like hyping it up like, yeah, I'm all about that. And I'm like, dude, you do understand, like, NFL GMs are watching you right now.
Yep.
You're getting ready to turn pro and do that chapter. If he gets drafted higher than Shedeur Sanders, I have a huge problem with that. This dude, after everything that he did this past weekend, I thought he might be like a day 2 guy. Day 3, make him a 6th or 7th round pick, or maybe make him an undrafted free agent, because you know what? This guy's listed as 6 foot tall. Standing next to all those other guys, he didn't look 6 feet tall.
No.
The man looked more like a Justin Spears 5'8", maybe 5'7".
Come on, buddy. Well, don't make me go there. Yeah, you're strictly in Lawrence Taylor land. 56. My last good is man, your guy. I know they lost yesterday, last-second field goal to Seattle, but, man, Phillip Rivers just stepping on the field from, basically the couch and coaching high school football. He played decently. That offense was moving. They had one of the best teams in the NFL on the ropes. I was actually rooting for Phil to win that game, and I was actually wondering what number is he going to wear, because Daniel Jones is 17.
Yeah.
Somehow, because Daniel Jones is on IR, they gave him the same number.
That's cool, man.
And he looks good in 17. I was just really impressed for all the old guys out there. Man, that's somebody we can champion. Phillip Rivers doing what every delusional man that used to play sports thinks they can do, which is put on a uniform, step right back out on the field, and perform at the highest caliber in a visiting stadium, one of the most intimidating visiting stadiums in all the NFL, which is Seattle. In the cold, in the rain. Phillip Rivers, cheers to you, buddy. I'm toasting you today. I toasted you yesterday, and I'm rooting for you the rest of the year.
Someone in the crowd was uninformed and was like, man, Daniel Jones looks old.
Yeah.
He's got like a dad bod, too.
He gained a few pounds. The reporter asking him how much he weighed at the press conference before the game, and he's like, honestly, I don't know. But I know it's more than when I walked off the field last time. And to be frank, mobility was never a big key for me anyway.
Just programming note, Zach Clark is caught up due to a huge accident. He's not involved in the accident, but there's a big accident on I-10, so be careful driving out there. But unfortunately, Zach Clark, he'll be joining us tomorrow instead. So.
I'm going to miss him. Zach, be safe. And Beckett Clark, that's a beautiful name. He's going to be a quarterback or a pitcher.
But one more thing on the Phillip Rivers thing. It was a great day to be a Chargers fan because our guy Phillip Rivers was playing and looked okay. He looked decent enough to give them a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
And then
threw a touchdown pass.
And then the Chargers might have put the nail in the coffin of the Chiefs dynasty. We'll see what the future holds with those guys moving forward, but big win for the Chargers on the road, eliminating the Kansas City Chiefs from the playoffs.
No, we don't have to watch the Chiefs in the playoffs.
And get this, guys. This is the first NFL playoffs since 1998 that won't feature Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
So
good times.
Or Ben Roethlisberger.
Or Ben Roethlisberger.
Just to be fair.
Yeah. Or Joe Flacco.
So let me tell you this. The comparison of Patrick Mahomes' first 8 years in the NFL to Tom Brady's is eerie. It's eerie. Tom Brady, first game of his 9th season, tore his ACL against the Kansas City Chiefs. What is this, week 16?
Yeah.
Going into his 9th season, Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL, and then same amount of Super Bowls. The numbers, it's crazy how much the careers mirror each other. We'll see if Patrick Mahomes has a second half of a career like Tom Brady did. And
meanwhile, Dylan Raiola's like, wait, I got to do what now?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I got to tear my ACL.
Credit to your Chargers, man. I did not think they were going to win that game. I thought they were too beat up. I did great on all my bets yesterday except for that Chiefs game. You're San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers are tough. And that defense looks really tough. So I'm happy for you, man. This is a team you can finally be proud of.
Hell yeah. All right, Andrew's signaling we got to go to commercial break. But I do have one ugly that we will talk about. We'll do that on the other side. Stay tuned.
Why are you making fun of Stacy?
All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly here on ESPN Tucson is brought to you by Chapman Automotive Group. So we're going to wrap things up with my ugly. And my ugly from this past weekend is coming from the high school football level in Louisiana. I don't know if you saw this, Ali. But there was a team. Their name is Shaw, and they were playing against St. Charles in the Superdome in the big game, man.
I saw this video.
I feel so bad for this kid. I don't even want to put his name out there just because I feel for this kid.
He was already on TV.
I'm empathetic. And this one kid is going to live with this for the rest of his life, and I feel so bad for him. So Shaw's playing against St. Charles, and Shaw, all they needed to do was just kneel the ball, Ollie, and they win the state championship game. Well, they took one knee, and then one player, he's an offensive lineman,
Center.
number 50.
Yeah.
Not the center.
Yeah.
Maybe he
I thought
was.
it was the center.
Maybe it was the
think
center.
it was
I don't
the
know.
center,
I
yeah.
it was the center.
He thought the game was over, right?
He thought the game was over. He threw his helmet up in the air, celebrated. They got flagged. So then that stops the clock, and it brings up, I think, like a 4th and 30 or something like that. And now they got to punt it away. Well, it was an absolutely just awful punt.
Didn't it get blocked?
It got shanked.
It shanked.
Thanks, okay.
Punter shanked it, and then
It went like
20 yards, if
Yeah.
that. And then St. Charles, they get the ball back, and they make like this 46-yard field goal to win the game. And St. Charles ends up winning the state championship. I just can't imagine the feeling of dude, knees, we're winning the championship, and then your worst nightmare happens, and all of a sudden you're on the losing end. In the state championship of all moments, where the New Orleans Saints play their home football games. You're in the big stadium, getting ready to make memories that it's going to last a lifetime. Well, good memories. And now you got bad memories that's going to carry with you for the rest of your life. So, kids, just make sure, if you're going to do some crazy celebrations, just make sure those clocks are at all zeros.
Keep your helmets on.
Yep. Keep your helmets on.
It's good advice for a lot of things.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, that is the good, the bad, and the ugly, brought to you by Chapman Automotive Group.
Go Cats.
I would pivot away my ugly. I was going to do the John Cena
Yeah.
tapping out in his last ever WWE match.
Andrew said it perfectly.
He ain't done.
He ain't
Yeah,
done.
you're out of your mind if
Yeah.
you think John Cena's
gonna be-
actually retiring.
There's going to be $1 million event about, you know what, I didn't like the way it ended. I want my one last match.
Yeah.
He's going to have 7
WrestleMania.
one last matches,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or he'll come out, somebody's getting their butt kicked, or they're getting ganged up on by 3 wrestlers, and John Cena comes in and saves
You just hear
the
the
day. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no shot.
Yeah. Who cares? But, we are remiss not to mention that after Alabama got throttled by our Arizona Wildcats, the new SEC champions of men's basketball, Justin wrote to me and you, bear down.
He did. He did.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I have it in text.
Yeah, I got it.
Maybe I was inebriated.
I got a screenshot of it saved in my favorites folder.
Yeah.